Hello, hello. I'm early. Nobody's here yet, and it's fine. Just me and whoever watches this video on replay. We're going to talk about lemonades and money and how to provide for your family tonight. It's going to be incredible. But I'm early. No one's here. No one's on yet, but people may see you in the replay. This is my protege, my youngest. I cannot reveal that man's name on YouTube. If you've seen some of my videos in previous years, you will see that man starring in a couple of them from a few years ago. Particularly in the Shaved Ice video I did, he had a starring role. And then there's a video I did with him, and he was in it with my wife. So, yeah, he's a good young man. What are you going to do? Well, I still got 2 minutes before I begin. No one's on, Anthony. What do I talk about here till we start?
Twiddle your thumbs. They all do.
Twiddle my thumbs. Twiddling and twiddling. Oh, Lordy. So wait till I get some more in here. See, people are starting to come in. Or not. Maybe it's just me. That's fine. I can talk to myself just fine. Let me type something in here. Okay. Well, I will start talking about lemonades in 1 minute, regardless if no one is here or not. I will do it because that's what I was born to do, was run concessions and sell food to provide for my family. That's what I was born to do, I reckon. So I got my reading glasses on in case somebody pops on. Get my notes here because I'm a good YouTuber. I have my notes and I know exactly what I'm going to talk about. Okay. So it's 8 o'clock Central. We will begin talking about lemonades. Anthony, you should go watch it from your phone. And that way, I'll at least have one viewer. And we can... You could be a moderator. That would be amazing. And you could watch that, and that would be fantastic. So, okay. If you're in here, I see you got a couple people. Go ahead and drop something in the chat, if you will. Let me know who you are and what you're doing. Okay. But don't come in here with it. You're going to distract me. Okay. We're going to begin talking about the lemonade business. Just a little up front. My name is Mike. If you've seen any of my other videos on YouTube, if you have, I'll take these reading glasses off until I need them. You'll know that I started my concession empire really from a kettle corn and lemonade tent. Okay. That's how we start our business. So kettle corn and lemonade is, probably always be with me until I'm done with the business in general, which I don't know when that'll ever happen. So lemonade is close to my heart. So tonight I want to talk about lemonade. Okay, we're gonna do some lemonade 101, business 101. Okay, and for some of you veterans out there, you may this stuff I'm going to talk about initially may mean nothing to you, but if you're just getting started in the business, some of this beginning lemonade 101 stuff, if you will, that I'm going to talk about, may help you out. I would like you, as you're coming in, to please gently caress the like button. Let me know you're here. I want to see the likes up. I know people are watching the video because I'm not seeing anyone say anything in chat, but that could just be me because I don't know how to pull that up properly because I am old and technology has passed me by. Okay. So please press the like button as you're coming in. There's another like. I really appreciate that. Okay. When you're starting out a lemonade business, let's start from the very, very beginning. I think the most important thing, well, I think an important thing is to get a name. Find a name, I think, that's creative, that catches people's eyes and catches eyes of people hosting events, coordinators and such, right? I mean, you can always be, my name is Mike. I could be Mike's Concessions. I chose not to go that route. I chose to put it towards my clientele that I was after, right? So I do youth sporting parks, okay, like high school sports, youth sports all over the Kansas City area. Now my company is Coaches Concessions, and that's just because it fits in line with what my clientele is. Um, so that's what I do. And even if I go on the road and do some things, it's still Coaches Concessions. Okay, pick a name that is creative. If you want to go with John's Lemonade because John's your name, fair play. But my advice would always be to be a something creative and something that's a little more eye catching. Next, your licensing. Okay, I'm gonna take my glasses off for this one. Get your licensing, my friends, and do it properly. Look, I know it's a pain, and I know it's an upfront cost, right? And I get all that. I'm guilty initially of not being properly licensed to begin with, and okay, but I think at the end of the day, I think being properly licensed is going to save you a ton of headaches down the road, and plus, it just honestly, it just makes you more reputable. And so, get your licensing. Okay, what kind of lemonades are you going to sell? Okay, so we all know as lemonade vendors, right? Right there's 100 different types of ways to make a lemonade, right? You got my recipe. You got people that use a simple syrup. You got people that use country time and other mixes, right? Oh Lord, I know no one wants to talk about them. And we also have the ones that put like I don't know, like a flavored syrup into their lemonades. RVB wants to know what kind of licenses. Thank you for typing in, my friend. Whatever licenses you're going to need for your particular county. For me, I need a food handler's card. That's it. I need to be state certified as a business, right? I need to present that when I sign up for jobs. So things like that, you'll have to check with your local health department and government to know exactly what kind of licensing you will need. But that's what I'm talking about. Okay. How are you going to make your lemonade, right? Are you going to add, um, different types of flavoring? Or are you going to add a simple syrup? Or are you going to be like me and here is my recipe, right? I'm going to share my recipe with you, my friends. This is how I've always made my lemonades. And the reason I go with this recipe is because no one else was doing it, believe it or not. No one else is using the recipe that I use. And it's the simplest recipe out there. And I think personally, the best, right? So, the recipe that I use: sugar, water, lemons, and ice for my regular lemonade. That's it. No simple. I mean, water and sugar. Do I have a simple syrup in a cup? Sure. Yeah. That is a simple syrup, but it's not a traditional simple syrup, if you will, one that you either heat or mix up, right? So no simple syrup for me, no flavoring of country time or anything else, and no flavored, syrups that are in my lemonade. That is my recipe. When I want to do fruit in my recipes, I don't add fruit flavoring. I add legitimate fruit. I will buy frozen strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, you name it. I will buy that frozen fruit. I will muddle it up, sprinkle a little bit of sugar in it, and scoop it in. Matter of fact, I got a video on how we do our frozen lemonades. It's real busy. Wasn't a very, detailed video, but it's on my YouTube channel of us making. No, it's not. It's actually on my TikTok. I lied. We take the frozen lemonades after they are frozen strawberries, let's say, after they've been muddled and thawed. We scoop them in the lemonade with the water, sugar, and lemons. Bam, real strawberry lemonade with real pieces of strawberry in there. In my mind, that is killing a flavored type of lemonade. But to each their own, my friend. That's what I like to do. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, John. That's exactly what I'm talking about with the berry options. Okay. Let's talk about lemonade equipment. Another hot topic, right? What are you going to use? You're going to use a pneumatic press? Are you going to use one of those big squeezer things? Right? I don't know the technical name for them. You put the lemon in there, you crank that doggone handle on down, and you squeeze the lemon in there. Or you're going to use a hand press, right? Which of those three apparatuses are you going to use? Me, personally, I use the hand squeezer. And Bill's like, there's no way you can do a bunch of lemonades with that. There's no way you can do thousands and thousands. Guys, I got over 26 locations. I serve thousands of lemonades a year. A hand squeezer is what I use. Okay. That's just it. I know this is going to upset a lot of people. No pneumatic press, no hand pump, whatever. Look, you take the lemon, you cut it in half, put it in a hand squeezer. That's it. Okay, my friend. That's it. Okay. That's my recipe, and that's how I do my lemonade. So, equipment, again, pneumatic press, hand pump, or big pump thingamajig, or the hand squeeze. That's what I use. Use whatever you want, but those are your three options I think you have to choose from. Let us talk about jobs and locations. Oh, baby, location is so important, right? I mean, you cannot. Getting a right location and a right festival is very important to you and your family. John, I'm going to pop in here. He asked a question. The silver pump thing. I know what you're talking about. The crane. I don't know what they're called. Yeah, they break for me. They do. Um, they do. They jack all up. They bend up. They twist. Parts come loose. Pneumatic press. You got to worry about CO2. You got to worry about other parts falling off. That's why I prefer the simpler method of the hand squeezer. And if you're just joining in, yes, I do thousands of lemonades each year with the hand squeezer, no problem. So that's why simplicity and the cost of a $6.99 hand squeezer, you're gonna have three of them. They'll probably last you a lifetime, to be honest, and you got one part, the little spring thingy, right? Okay. Location is so important. And that's why for me, youth sporting events was where the ticket was at for me, and why I kind of left the traveling scene of doing fairs and festivals, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Why I left all that and focused solely on concessions and lemonades and kettle corn and stuff like that at youth sporting events. Look, guys, you have a captive audience always. Um, People are going to be there from the time their game starts to the time they end. Sometimes, like baseball, softball, they'll play 3, 4 games a day. Captive audience, repeat customers. What more could you want? I don't know, my loves. So location is extremely, extremely important to what you are doing. And if you are doing fairs and festivals, that's great. Keep a log of those events and how they did for you. Have the weather written down, what you did for sales, right? How much equipment you had to purchase or inventory you had to purchase. And that way you have data to go back on next year and the year after and know what events you want to do again. Okay. Customer service. Okay, my friends, customer service. Let's talk about this. I know a lot of vendors, and if somebody comes up to them and complains to them about their product, they get upset. They get mad at the customer. Can you believe that? That is the worst way to run any business, okay? Customer service is your number one priority if you want longevity. Put your ego aside. I made it properly, whatever. Put that all aside, my friends. Okay? Customer service is number one and should be number one on your mind. Look, we all know on social media, right? We know how bad news travels much faster than good news. You get a couple people in there that have some negative things to say about you, they're going to put all over community Facebook groups, et cetera, et cetera. They might not put good things about you on those groups, and that's okay. But you don't want them putting negative stuff about you. Customer service, number one. Let me read a couple of these comments. How do you sign up for youth sports events? RVB888 asks. What I do is I call the booster clubs at high schools and I'll send them an email and let them know I can come in and provide such and such product, lemonades, if we're talking about lemonade tonight. And I will give them a cut, a large cut, so I can get in there. And let me tell you something. High school football games. Now, I live outside of Kansas City in the suburb. High school football games can net you 5 to 10 grand. Okay. Net you 5 to 10 grand. We're just talking lemonade, people. So get into youth sporting events, and that's what you do. You contact a booster club, you send out an email, and you don't stop. And you send out several. You cast out a wide net. You don't just call one high school. You don't just send out, one email to one high school. You send them out to 5, 6, 7. You cast out that wide net to get those high schools or those youth sporting parks and get in there for tournaments and give them a cut because they will have you back for more and more and more events, baby. And you'll be happy that you did. Okay. For the youth sporting events, there's a few fee or something to get in. John, I imagine that's what I do. I pay them a fee. I give them a percentage. I give them such a percentage that they can't say no because I want the job. And for me and my business, it's all about volume. It's not about selling 100 lemonades at $6 or $7. It's about selling thousands of lemonades at like $5 and giving them a cut. It's all about volume from my perspective. What kind of percentage, John asked? Ooh, that's a tough question. I would not go higher than 40% of net. I have just to get in at some places. I like to settle in between that 25, 35% of the net I give them right off the top. And guess what? They will have you back time and time and time again, year after year. Why? Because all they have to do, John, is put out their hand. You put the money in their hand and they walk away. They had to do nothing. And you're back time after time again. Okay. We talked about customer service. We talked about locations, equipment. Talked about, now we need to talk about, we talked about how are you going to make your product. Okay. Next, we're going to talk about profit margin. Okay. What is a proper price you should be selling your lemonades for? And that's an age-old question, right? And that's always a tough one because no one can give you an exact answer on what you should be selling your lemonades for. But I'll help you with some guidelines. First off, what is your cost, right? What is your vendor fee? What is your labor? What is the expected attendance, or things like that. All those should focus on what your pricing structure is and how to attain the highest profit margin possible. So let's just say we want to look for a 4-to-1 to 5-to-1 profit margin. Okay. I think you're really safe there. Obviously higher the better, but you don't want to oversell it either. Let me drink some water here. Creativity. Okay. Let's be creative with your menu and your lemonade ideas. Let's not just do regular lemonade. Let's mix it up and be really, really creative with how we make our lemonade. Creativity is going to help you a ton. You have to adapt, my friends. You have to be able to adapt to the marketplace and change your prices and recipes and stuff like that accordingly. If you are not able to adapt, you're going to fail. So be flexible in how you do your things and be willing to adapt. Okay. John asks, yes, I go with 24-ounce, John, clear cups. I get mine from Costco. Restaurant Depot has them. And I'm sure there's a ton of other places online that you can get clear cups. I do 24-ounce. That's just what works for me in my business plan. Okay. Oh, hold on. Competition. Oh, goodness gracious. We're going to talk about competition. We know as lemonade vendors, they're everywhere, right? It's usually not just going to be, if it's just us, we're lucky, right? Competition is everywhere. Do you undercut your competition? Do you leave your pricing structure the same? Do you even raise it? Competition is a tough one because you're going to have to deal with it. But I will tell you ways that I think you can beat your competition. A more unique menu with real fruit in the lemonade will beat Country Time, will beat people who add flavored syrups to their lemonades. And I know this from a decade's worth of experience in selling lemonades at various events. The fresh fruit in a lemonade in a clear cup will destroy the other two. Just my personal experience, right? Everyone may be different. Everyone could say, I use Country Time and I kill it over fresh fruit and flavored syrups. God bless you. That's awesome. But from my experience, fresh fruit in a clear cup wins hands down every single time. Pricing structure. You don't want to, on dealing with competition. I'm not so much of lowering my prices too much to match the competition because generally speaking, nobody's putting fresh fruit. They'll put the Hazel lemons in there and stuff like that, right? But no one's putting the real strawberries, the real blueberries, the real raspberry. No one's putting the real peach, the real mango. No one is putting the real fruit in there. I don't feel a need to lower my prices, although I have to because of volume. There are so many people out there, and I want to pull in some more volume. I may lower my prices $1 or so, just to bring in even more people because, again, it's about volume. And another thing with competition, don't be rude to them. Don't go over to them talking trash. I mean, if you want to walk by their stand, check it out. Look at their prices. Of course, investigate your competition. Matter of fact, go to their Facebook pages. See how professional they are. Go to their TikToks. Go to whatever. See what they're about so you know who you're dealing with. But don't be negative towards your competition. Okay, because we're all chasing the same dollar. I never badmouth my competition. I never go up to them and talk trash to them. Nothing like that. That's not. Let others do it to me, and that's okay. They want to do that. That's okay. I would just recommend that you don't be that guy. All right, let me put on my reading glasses and read the comments. About how many lemons do you think is a good for a sporting event to go? It depends how many teams are at the event, John. It's all relative to the amount of teams in a tournament and what kind of sport it is. You know, I think a good amount, especially if it's a local tournament and you have someone that could go and buy you more lemons, why not start a little smaller, say 50 or 100, and give it a test run and see what it's like, right? How many other, Foxtrot asks, how many other vendors that sell the same product as you are okay with it being at the same event as you before you leave? I'm not sure. Foxtrot, can you kind of rephrase that for me? I feel like I'm not quite understanding that. I'm sorry, buddy. Sell the same product as you. I've never seen another vendor. I'm gonna break your question down for me here. Okay. How many other vendors that sell the same product as you? No one sells it the same as me with all the fruit in it. I've never seen one. Okay. Are you okay with being at an event the same as you before you leave? I don't understand that. Rephrase that for me. What is the minimum and maximum prices I should sell my lemonades for? I can't tell you that, Foxtrot, because it's all based upon what your initial costs are and what your goals are as a vendor, But I'll give you a rough guideline. 24 ounce, 32 ounce. No less than 4. 24 ounce, 32 ounce. I personally wouldn't go higher than 7. And I think you can fall anywhere in between there. What size lemons do you use, Melissa asks? 140s usually for me. Okay. We're done with competition. If you have any more questions, you can always comment on this video. And I am always watching my comments. They come up on my phone. I can type in anytime throughout the day and reply to your comments after this video is aired. Okay, Foxtrot, are you okay as other vendors being at the same event as you? I have to be, baby, because there always is. Now, when I run my 25 concession stands in my contracts, I have exclusive rights. So none of y'all are getting into any of my parks. So as far as that goes, I'm not okay with it because I have exclusive rights in the contract. Are you worried they will take your customers? If I'm at another event with other lemonade vendors, no, I'm not worried about them taking my customers. Yeah, some customers are going to go to them. Some are going to come to me. Some are going to go to the taco truck, whatever. But no one's serving real fruit in their lemonades, just from my experience and what I've seen. Yes, again, they'll be putting their lemons in there, but they're not putting real blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, mangoes. They're not putting real fruit in there. They're putting in syrups. So no, I am not worried about them taking my customers away from me. Okay. I post a lot of videos of this on my YouTube channel. I think it's really important, and I'm going to continue to post these types of videos about adding other items to your lemonade stand, your lemonade trailer, your lemonade food truck, your lemonade tent. Okay? I think you need to be diversified in your menu and not just sell lemonades. And if it's only you or only you and one other person, I got lots of videos on my channel about products that you can do that take virtually no labor. and just add that money on. Why just be a lemonade, tent, food truck, trailer, whatever? Why not be more than that? Reach higher, my friend, and get more revenue from the same customers. Instead of selling a lemonade, we're going to throw out a figure $5. Sell some prepackaged cotton candy for another $3 or $4 or $5. And instead of getting 5 out of them, now you're getting 10. And if they're ordering 2 or 3 lemonades, which typically happens, maybe you'll sell 2 or 3 or 4 cotton candies with it. Cotton candy as an example. But if you follow my YouTube channel, you'll see I post, other products that you can sell in your tent or your trailer. Okay. John says, thank you. I've been trying to get past on some probably simple questions, but things really I haven't. No. Keep asking the questions, John. That's what this video is about. That's what it's all about. Okay. So add other food items to your lemonade. Don't be afraid to do that. Increase your revenue. Okay. Why not? Okay. If you got a pretty good creative name, or you're an established lemonade vendor, why not sell apparel? I know, Mike. What you're talking about selling clothing and shirts and aprons and a hat. Yes, I am, people, because we are trying to feed our families and not just have lemonade, stands, right? We're trying to be more than that, which is probably why you're watching this. Apparel doesn't go bad. There's no, it's not going to go bad on you. It'll last you forever. You buy 2 or 3 shirts, you buy a couple hats, you hang them up. If you don't sell them, okay, you got uniforms or whatever to wear, right? It's fine. Buy a couple apparel items and sell them in there with your stand. Why not make a little extra? Now, you're not going to make as much on apparel as you do on your food items. But that's okay. It's just additional revenue coming in, my friends. And that's what we're about. We want to maximize our revenue, right? We're trying to do this. I do this full time and a half for over a decade. This is what I've done for 10 years or longer, actually. This is how I support my family. My whole family's involved. I got 5 kids, a wife. This is what we do. Maximize your revenue. Think outside the box. Apparel is just one idea. Selling additional food items in your lemonade tent, trailer, food truck is just something to add there. John says, I actually sell t-shirts on Amazon. It'd be a cool idea to bring that to the business. Yes, it would, John, buddy. Throw a couple in there. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Yeah, I know the profit margin is as great as what we do, but it's still profit margin, and they don't go bad. Okay. Let's talk about your setup. Let's start off with the simplest budget version, the tent. That's how I started. Okay. Now I'm in brick and mortars. I started with a tent. So with a simple tent. No, I didn't buy an Easy Up. I bought one of those cheap, I don't know, canopies. You see it. We have an Aldi's, which is, I don't know if anyone's familiar with Aldi's. They're a grocery store, but they sell things for about like a $40 canopy, right? That's how I got started. I bought some tables from Walmart, bought some cheap tablecloths, bought some cheap signage, and I started on a budget. There's no shame in that. Start off with what you can afford. Now, if you have more money, yes, get a trailer. Absolutely get a trailer. A food truck on top of that if you want to do that. You get a really nice trailer. Bill the lemonade guy. I don't know if he's watching. I invited him. I don't know if Bill's here. I don't even know if Bill will watch. If you ever follow Bill the lemonade guy on Facebook or TikTok, that man has a setup. That's how you do a lemonade trailer. And Bill the lemonade guy, if you end up watching this video, give me a like. Massage gently the like button. Give it some love for me. Bill. I'd appreciate it because you know we follow each other on TikTok. I love your videos. All right, enough promoting my buddy Bill, the lemonade guy, but you need to find him. If you want to see how lemonades are done with a flavored syrup, that's your man. Okay. Yeah, get a nice looking trailer if you can afford it. Now, my experience, a trailer will garner you more sales than the nicest looking tent you can have. Now, is it worth it? Right? Is the price of a really decked out $50,000 trailer or more worth a really nice tent with real good banners, at $1,000? I don't know if the sales equals that or not. Maybe in a long term, probably, but definitely not for the first year or two. I mean, probably not, but long term, a trailer is probably the way to go in a food truck. Even longer term, you can get a much more events. You look a lot better. If your food truck is respectable, look, if it's dingy and dirty, forget about it. But yeah, but nothing wrong, guys, with starting out with a tent, some tables, and some little signs to get you going. Nothing wrong with that at all. And don't let anyone tell you that there's anything wrong with you. John says, "Where do you keep your lemons?" Well, keep mine in the refrigerator. I pull them out 20. Well, I have reach-ins and walk-ins now, but before when I first started in the refrigerator, I pull them out 24 hours before I start my event. And then if I have leftovers, they go back in the fridge because you get a couple more weeks out of them when they're cool after the event. Don't leave them out long because they're going to mold on you. If you sold lemonades for any certain amount of time, you're getting that box of lemons and you get about 2 or 3 that are moldy. Next day, you got about 20, right? So keep them in the fridge, my friends. Okay. That's all for my notes. Can you believe it? I thought I'd be done in 30 minutes and we're here at 37. If you have any questions, now is a great time to ask them. And I know there's probably about 40 other topics on lemonades I could have covered that I will think of as soon as I end the stream and kick myself for not bringing up. But it is what it is. So if you have any questions, go ahead and type them in and I'll answer them right now. Why do you not use? Oh, this is going to be a good one. I haven't even read the full sentence yet, and I know this is going to be a good one from RVB. Why do you not use the pneumatic press? Seems like just the action of the press might bring more attention. Yeah, might bring a little more attention. I'm going to agree with that. Will the cost of that pneumatic press, the CO2 you're going to need over time, the mechanical failure that will happen because it's a machine, okay? Will the cost of all that equal and bring in more customers than a hand squeezer? I don't think so. No. But will it bring in more customers? Sure. Will it bring in more over time? And will it be cost effective that way? I don't know. And for me, I've never used a pneumatic press. So I can't really speak on the difference of that. I'm just using my logic and what I think. And I've done so well with the hand presses. I'm probably not going anywhere else. Now, if Warren or Jeff Fagan want to send me a machine to review and put it through a ringer at a concession stand at a high school football game where I'm serving 10,000 people and see how it holds up, send it to me and I'll do a review on it and I'll let people know honestly. Will they want to do that though? I don't know that answer. Can it be put through something like that without breaking down and having Mike go off? I don't know about that. Where do you get your lemons from? I get them from the city market here in Kansas City. I get them from the market. I have gotten them from Restaurant Depot, no problems. I've gotten them from Walmart, those bags in a pinch when I've had to. I will get them from anywhere. but primarily I buy them in bulk in big boxes from my local market, like a big farmer's market type. Or you can go to produce company. There's a company in Kansas City called CNC Produce. You can go right to their dock and buy them. Okay. So RVB, I hope I answered your question on a pneumatic press. Foxtrot. No, I missed one. Have you tried any crazy flavors or weird fruits? Yeah, man. The Catalina Sunrise. Okay. Are you ready for this, John? And I hope you're still watching, John, since you asked a question. The Catalina Sunrise. Now, we've done a lot. Any kind of lemonade, fruit flavor, we've done it. Okay. The Catalina Sunrise is one of our top sellers. It is half an orange, half a lemon, half a lime. The Catalina Sunrise is a beautiful, and you know what goes in it? The half a lime, the half a lemon, and the whole half a orange goes in there. Yeah, the Catalina Sunrise is what we call it. I think it's a great name, right? Because in the cup, it looks like a sunrise if you were to be on an ocean, on a beach, and you were to see a sunrise. That's what I expect it to look like. So the Catalina Sunrise is one of ours favorites, and we've done pineapple mango, real pina colada with no alcohol. This video is going on so long. I wanted to talk about all my frozen lemonades. I'm going to have to do another live stream on our frozen lemonades, which sell better than my regular. Guys, I sell lots of lemonades. My frozen lemonades, I can't wait to tell you about those. So way more than my regular lemonades. Foxtrot says, what do you think is the best way to get word of mouth out about my lemonade? There's only one way, baby. And that's to sell it and put it in people's mouths. Get that lemonade down their throat. And if you have to do some events or even community events, maybe where you're making less just to get your product out there, do it. If you're trying to build a business, Foxtrot, that is long standing, it's going to last you for decades. And what I call a legacy business, like mine, that my kids are going to do. And I have a grandson who maybe will get into. I created not just a little business, I created a legacy business. And that's something you're after. Word of mouth is very, very important. Where do you finding your help? Wagil 90, if I pronounce that wrong. Ragil 90. Waggle 90. Not that hard. Excuse me, to find help. Typically friends, kids, cousins, relatives. You put on your Facebook page, like your personal, that hey, I'm willing to pay. Oh Lord, if you're in the IRS and you're watching this, this is not a statement to say I'm guilty of any of these such things I'm about to say. But these are just ideas I'm throwing out there. And if you choose to use these ideas, I am not part of your criminal organization. Okay. You can put on your personal Facebook page and say, hey, I'll pay you cash. Come work for me for 8 hours, describing the event to your friends. You'll probably get some people that want to make some cash. That's one way you could go about finding help. You could do a more legitimate route, put ads in papers on your local community groups, Facebook pages, things like that. There's tons of ways to get help. How much fruit do you put in a 32-ounce cup? Marion Marshall asks. Oh, Lord, I don't remember the measurement. It's a scoop. Oh, Marion, you're going to kill me. I don't know the ounces. I can't believe I can't remember that. I don't want to lie to you, Marianne. I will go look, Marianne, at my scoops and I will type it in these comments when this live stream is over for you, and I will tag you because I cannot remember for the life of me the amount of ounces. It's a small scoop. I don't know. Just kind of less than your sugar. Thank you. Less than your sugar. Say about half of your sugar. If look, sugar's going to be different, right? Sugar's going to be different for the type of lemonade. I use Lord. Yeah, less than your sugar. This video is not sponsored by this local brewery. I'm just thirsty. Okay. I really hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I would really appreciate you. If you haven't, please sub to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And please like the video. If you go back and watch any of my content I put out, please put a like on that content. Let me know you're getting something out of what I'm doing and that I'm really helping you, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not getting paid here. I don't have enough views or subs to get paid by YouTube. So I'm not getting paid. I'm doing this literally to help people and to help them create an empire like I created. So if you like the stream, type it in. Let me know you appreciate the content I put out. And for now, Mike, the Caesar of concessions, is out of here. Have a great night. I will check the comments after as I'm sitting on the deck having a cigar and an adult beverage. Have a great night, my friends. I will talk to you soon.